welcome, and happy Monday. I hope that you are all feeling good. I hope you all had a nice, relaxing weekend, and you're feeling excited for this week's ceramics projects. I'm very excited for more of our remote learning. We've been making so many awesome things all together in our own homes, making beautiful drawings and sculpture and collage, and I'm so excited. More of that to come with our projects this week, some inventing. Definitely will be doing some collage and some drawing, and I cannot wait. Quick reminder for you guys before we start our project that this week on Thursday and Friday you have your F&P reading test, so remember that, very important, and good luck to everyone on your reading test. I'm sure you're going to do great. Just wanted to send you some ceramics love. You guys are going to do awesome, so try your hardest. Don't skip any words, use your pointer finger, and take your time on your test. You guys are going to kill it. That was my only reminder for you guys. You're doing great. I've been getting lots of photos in through email. If you want to check out the instructions on how to upload on Google Classroom, that's a really great way to upload photos of your work. And yeah, are you ready to get started? So excited. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a texture project. What is texture? We talked a little bit about texture in our project where we drew different hair textures, right? We talked about how something feels or how something looks, right? So right now, think in your brain, what are some different textures you can think of? Are they soft? Are they scratchy? Are they bumpy? Are they sharp? What are some textures you can think of? It could be an object that has a texture. So right now in my brain, I don't know why, but I'm thinking tree trunk. I'm thinking tree texture, right? Is it soft, a tree? What do you think? Is it hard? Is it scratchy? Is it smooth? Think about some different objects, some different things that have different textures. Let's see. I have my Coca-Cola bottle here. Is it bumpy? What do you think? Do you see bumps? Is it smooth? So right now, while you're thinking about different textures, get them in your brain, get some ideas of how you could create those textures on paper. We're going to take a look at some examples of how artists showed texture in their work with pencil. And we're going to look at how they did it and what we noticed about how different artists represented all different textures. So let's take a look real quick. So here are some different ways that artists showed texture in their marks with pencil or pen. What do you notice about some of the ways these artists created texture? What's happening with their lines, their marks that they're making? What's different about some of the lines that they're making? What's different between these examples? Do you notice any similarities? Anything that's kind of the same between these examples? Do these examples of texture remind you of anything that you've seen in real life? Do any of these examples remind you of something that you've seen? I'm noticing in the top, all the way on the right corner, kind of looks like dirt or maybe pebbles, little rocks. Looks like a bumpy texture to me. What are some of the textures that you're seeing? I just named one. Do you notice any other different textures? Are they all kind of bumpy looking, or are some of them different? What do you think? How do you think these artists might have created these textures? What do you think they did to get that result? Are there anything else that you notice? Is there anything else that you're noticing about these different textures? And is it giving you any ideas or sparking any inspiration for how you might want to show texture on your paper? And really quick, before we start our wonderful artwork, I wanted to show you another example of texture. What does this remind you of? Does this texture creation look smooth? Does it look sharp? Does it look soft? What do you think? To me, the one all the way on the left kind of looks like snake skin. And they're all kind of looking bumpy to me. But is there anything else you're noticing? So, in just a minute, we're going to start our very own creations, making texture right on our paper. But before we do, I want to remind you, I'm not expecting your artwork to be the same as the ones that we are looking at right now. This is just one way artists decided to make their art. Everyone has their own unique way of creating art, and I'm excited to see what we're gonna do. Let's get started. Guys, so now that we've had some textures, inspiration, we checked out how different artists created texture in their work, you're thinking to yourself, how might I show and explore making texture in my artwork? Think about all the different textures that you can think of, right? There's so many textures around us: soft, bumpy, hard, smooth, scratchy, pointy, shiny, right? There's so many different textures and a bazillion more than the ones I just listed. Think about which ones or what you want to do to show texture in your artwork. And once you've made one texture and you feel finished with it, you're happy with it, how it came out, you feel that really represents that texture you're trying to create, then you're going to go on to the next one and you're going to start making another texture and see by the end of this video how many textures you can create in your artwork, right? And what do you need to do with your pen or pencil to make that texture? Do you need to make a bunch of little dots, or do you need to make scratch marks, right? What do you need to do to make those awesome textures in your work? So are we ready to get started? So remember, before we start, I will be working alongside with you, but my expectation is definitely not for you to have to copy my work in any way. This is your time to get creative and explore. I'm just going to be working with you as we go along and talking about what we're making as we're creating. And think to yourself, while you're working, why you think it might be helpful for artists to explore making textures in their art. Why might it be useful for an artist to experiment with textures? What do you think? All right, I think we've had our inspiration, and I think it is now time to get started. So if you haven't done so already, pause this video, go grab your pencil, grab your paper, any type of paper you have at home, any type of writing utensil. If you don't have pencil, you could use pen or marker. If you want to do it with colors, you're more than welcome to. So pause this video, grab your materials, and come right back, and we'll get started. All right. So the first thing I think of, I don't know why, but I really want to draw tree bark. I just think it's an interesting texture, and I want to try to draw it with my pencil. If there's not a specific thing you're thinking of and you just want to try to make textures, that's totally cool too. But for me, I just have this specific texture in my head and I gotta make it. So I'm gonna try. Here we go. And I will put on some music for us as we're working real quick. And as soon as you're ready, get started making your first texture. now, I'm just starting by exploring and seeing what happens when I hold my pencil in different ways and how it will change the pressure to my paper, in what ways I want to create my tree texture that I had in my brain. When I think about tree, I think about something that's like really scratchy. So I'm trying to create this scratchy, bumpy kind of texture. So I don't really have a specific way that I'm doing this. I'm just kind of scribbling, trying to make something feel like it's a little bumpy. Bumpy is the first thing that pops into my head when I think about that tree texture. Might not look like a tree, but I definitely do feel that this is starting to become a rough looking kind of texture. I'm just exploring. There's no right or wrong way to create, you guys. It's just about you exploring and showing your best artistic effort, right? Kind of starting to actually look like tree bark a little bit. Sometimes when we explore with new things, it doesn't always come out how we wanted or how we imagined, but you can take a look at it with an open mind and think, oh wow, I created something that wasn't what I was aiming for, but it ended up coming out very interesting, very cool, right? Just because something doesn't come out the way you were planning doesn't mean it's not amazing. Sometimes our favorite art can come from accidents. Just like the book we read all the way at the beginning of the year, Beautiful Oops. Right? Sometimes great things come from accidents. It's all about how you look at it, right? If you look at it and you just think, this wasn't what I wanted, or this wasn't what I was trying to do, right? So it's not good. If you look at it like that, then you're never going to see all the amazing potential that your artwork has. It's always great to try to keep the openness mind, right? Because we're artists. Things change all the time. Things don't always go as planned. I don't really know what's happening. Just exploring, having fun with it. actually feel pretty kind of finished with that one. Kind of my, bumpy texture going on over here. So I'm going to go on and create another texture. Now I'm going to try to create a shiny texture. Something super shiny. I don't really know how, but I'm just going to try it out and see what happens. Looks shiny. What else can I do to make a shiny texture? Oh. Right now, I'm just noticing I've kind of been using the same kind of like squiggle technique, like just squiggling my pencil. Maybe I'll try something different for my next texture. What kind of lines are you making? Are you moving your pencil really slow and softly? Or are you moving kind of quickly like I am right now? Notice what you're doing with your writing utensil and how you've made all your marks so far. And if it's been the same like I just realized mine were, try something different. Try something new. Alright, so I've kind of got a shiny texture going on over here. Oop. And my rough, bumpy texture over here. Add a little more to it because I don't feel finished. Remember, you can always go back in, take a second look at it, think to yourself what else you feel that your work needs for you to feel more finished with it, right? Alright, getting a little more finished. So I think I might go on to my next, maybe a little bit more. Alright, I think I'm going to go on to my next texture. And for this one, I'm going to try to do something different with my pencil. Switch to my pen. I feel like I can make lines a little quicker with it, the way it glides onto the paper. I'm trying to make a rough texture right now. rough, right? Kind of scratchy. Definitely not smooth looking. And that's kind of what I was going for with this one. So I notice in this different texture that I'm making now, I'm making a lot more faster gestures with my hand. Much more quick and short. And this one and this one is kind of more long, smooth motions with my pencil. I feel like I'm okay feeling with this one right now, and I feel like I want to come back to it. So I'm going to try something different now. I'm going to try to make something look soft. This isn't quite what I was going for, but I'm actually really liking the way this texture is unfolding. And sometimes you just gotta go with it and see where your creativity takes you. So lovies, we have about 3 more minutes left of class. So at this time, like we talked about in our previous projects together, just take a second to step back, notice what you've done so far. Like we talked about, looking at your artwork and taking a second to acknowledge what you did, we talked about how it could be beneficial as an artist. Why do you think it can be so beneficial though? What are some other things that, taking a step back and looking at what you made so far, what are some other ways you think that could help you? there's lots of benefits to taking a second, stepping back, and looking at our work. So now that you've stopped drawing and you're looking at what you've made, what do you notice is going well so far? What are you feeling happy with so far? What kind of textures did you make? What kind of textures did you include on your paper? What do you feel was challenging for you? What do you think was kind of hard and made you feel challenged in this project? Is there something that you realized you like to make? Is one of the textures that you made today, was it really fun and you realized that you like to draw in this way? Did you discover something new today in exploring with textures? And if so, what was something new that you discovered? And what do you want to do next? How are you gonna push this drawing to the next step? What do you want to add to it, or what else could you do? I'm very proud of all of your artistic efforts today. I love you all and I miss you all so much. And I had a lot of fun exploring with textures today, and I hope you did too. But as you know, if you need more time to work on your art after this video has ended, you can continue working. And remember, definitely send me photos after this video is over. I'd love to see all the amazing things you're making and continuing to make me proud every single day. But that's it for me, you guys. Our video is now coming to an end, but great job. High five. Wonderful work today, wonderful artistic effort, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, lovies.